why people get so outraged over things that are happening to people that wouldn't even give them the time of day if they ran into them on the street. It's strange.
Not even the time of day, nor right. Like it's not going to change anything. Like
No.
that's what I say.
Right.
Did you get, I don't even know if you know this, but now that she is on the Orange County Housewives, we have Orange County. Taylor is the first housewife. She switched franchises, even though she's a friend of. Taylor has now come out on the show that she's making a mark on, trying to make a mark on, and saying that she is bisexual. Her exact words, I'm not labeling her, and that she had a 5-year relationship with a woman. I don't know who this woman is, before Russell. So, this is a 2-part question, Allison, since I have you. Do you believe Taylor is bisexual, or is she just maybe trying to make a TV moment for herself now that she is back on Housewives after, say, 10 plus years? And did you get any bisexual vibes from Taylor Armstrong that night of the dinner party from hell?
Honestly, I was so busy looking at her duck lips. I didn't even, I wasn't even paying attention to that. Was I picking up on any vibes like that from her? I mean, Kyle was sucking the oxygen out of the room. So on that particular night, my focus was on Kyle more than anyone else. Taylor has a lot of, how do I put this? Wounds. She has a lot of emotional wounds and that I don't think have healed. And a lot of people go through life and, they need to break their karma to achieve your dharma. And that's by healing the wounds that you have, that you came in with, and that also you collected in this lifetime. And it's usually a pattern. And I mean, it wouldn't be outside of the frame of that for her to find love wherever she can. And also wherever is safe. And sometimes when a woman is hurt by a man, they will go to a woman because they think it'll be safer somehow. And so, I mean, I could see her do that, but I wouldn't put it past her to do something and like to mix a little of that into higher ratings. I mean, she's not above putting anything on to stay relevant. I think she pretty much is the breadwinner now, if I'm not wrong. Like she's got to take care of herself, or did she marry? Or I know her one husband had committed suicide.
She married. I don't know much about the guy just because I'm vaguely paying attention to the Real Housewives of Orange County. Perhaps he's been seen on there and I should catch up, but I don't really know.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know when it comes to her. I know she has a lot of wounds and I wouldn't put it past, and I don't say put it past in a bad way. I mean, she would take love from wherever she could get it. So to garner it from a woman would not surprise me. No.
What about, like you mentioned, Kyle and Kathy and Kim? They've had their, especially Kyle and Kathy last season because of Lisa Rinna. They have had, their differences and they haven't spoken in a while, though they did just kind of maybe reconcile at Kim's daughter's wedding. But Kathy has posted on her Instagram the day after this happened, and she posted a quote from the Law of Attraction that says, "My mom once told me, once you are matured, you realize that silence is more powerful than proving your point. And I felt that."
Okay. Well, does she think her sister was silent rather than proving her point? Or how do you interpret that?
Well, I take it that, Rick Hilton, and I mean, I think a lot of Kathy and Kyle's issues still all these years later. I mean, it seems like Kyle's still referring to you 13 years later, is really when, Mauricio, according, I would think, to Rick, Rick from Hilton and Highland and Kathy, that they gave Mauricio a job in the business and he left and started the agency, which is arguably as big, if not bigger. Probably
there's more to it than that. There's more to it than that. So I think what her sister was saying in that was that she's keeping her mouth shut and taking the high road rather than outing Kyle for things that were done. And I'm basing that on, I'm friends with a really good friend of Kathy Hilton. So I've heard the ugly. And it's funny that Kyle keeps coming after me because I keep her secrets too. And She tries to control the press to control how she's seen. It's fascinating. So, I think Kathy is taking the high road from what I know. And, Kyle should thank her for that. I hope that they can repair it. Kyle needs to figure out in this lifetime that her sisters are worth more than the fame and the reality show, the money, the adoration of fans. She needs to realize what actually matters. And I do worry about her if she doesn't learn that, because the universe really does have a way of teaching it by sending it in the form of something that you can't use money to fix, which often comes as a health issue. So I was hoping that she had, I mean, I haven't talked to her since then. And I just know that every now and then I'd hear her try and mock me, which I'd never lost sleep over. And it's just, but all of that inside of her, all of that anger, all of the resentment, all of the lack of intimacy or emotion from the sources that she feels she should get it from. It almost seems as though she was raised to become what she is. And I mean, just from what I know from my friend, my worry for her is that she missed the point of what her mom was probably trying to teach her, and family is everything. And I hope that she sees that as more than just when she looks at her daughters, because when she has beef with her sisters, those are her mother's daughters. And how would her mother view that now? How does she view that now? So I would like to see her be softer with her sisters and more real with who she is, more authentic with them, and stop worrying about the money. You can only make so much money before it's just not going to fill that void anymore. I hope she figures that one out, because I see a lot of people go down that rabbit hole and it's not pretty.
It's like putting gas into a car that has a hole in the gas tank. Like,
Yeah,
it's never going to be enough. Like, how much, I mean, we all love money, but I
right,
mean, that's not going to
right.
make you, as you say,
No.
emotionally fulfilled. You got to learn
And
that.
you can't buy your way out of death either. I've counseled
Right.
a lot of people that were dying that had money, and that powerless feeling they have at the end, not being able to bargain their way out of this one-way road they're going down, and they become this totally different person in what becomes important to them. And it would be great if people could learn that before they get to the point of being told you have a terminal illness of some sort, and recognize what really matters in this lifetime is you making the memories with the people who matter to you the most and who you love, and leaving them with a part of yourself that they'll always carry with them, not to buy them the biggest Christmas present for Christmas so that they have to, worship the ground you walk on because you're the generous aunt. I mean, there's